Completed in 2019 after its commencement in November 2018, the zigzag nature of the N4 Madina-Zongo Junction footbridge has earned its fair share of criticisms. The edifice, which serves as an overpass for pedestrians, brought more frustrations to some residents of Madina and its environs after its completion, owing to its length. Footbridges at Madina Fire Service, assemblies and Adentan barrier all along the stretch are not so very different in design. Despite having demanded for them because of the rampant accidents in the area, the footbridges after completion were almost always empty. Reason? They were too long and wasted time. Today, the footbridges, particularly the one at Madina-Zongo Junction, is serving its rightful purpose. Students, children, adults and youth alike can be seen using this edifice from one end of the road to the other. But it wasn't always so. Municipal Chief Guard ASP Benjamin Bande, retired, explained what necessitated the change.
The use of the footbridge was instituted by the regional minister somewhere May March this year. And we have been tasked to make sure that the people use the footbridge. And this is what we have been doing consistently for getting to 6 months now. You could see that the usage of footbridge is very encouraging. The number of pedestrians crossing on the footbridge is very encouraging. Now, our main problem is those people selling on the footbridge. All the time, that's what we are now focusing on. So if we are able to deal with this, I think we are 100% on our enforcement. Then we are doing our work. So that's what we have detailed, and we have had a policeman who have been assisting us for enforcement, especially the motorists who have been parking indiscriminately. So the MTT officers, they usually come around and assist us. Formerly it was not so. But now it's very encouraging because of the presence of the Minister Chief Guards. We are doing our best to make sure that the use of the footbridge, which has been instituted by the regional minister, is being enforced so that this exercise will not be a 9-day wonder. We do night enforcement. We close somewhere 10 o'clock. Formerly, we close between 6 o'clock. But I will see that from 6 to 10, the people are sorting the distance, they are crossing the road. So we extended our period of operation to 10. And that's where we have got the challenges. For now, we are on an educational drive. So we are not punishing them. Only that if it becomes so stubborn, at times, we ask them to kneel down. So that people passing will see that there's punishment, instant punishment given to you. So we intentionally let them kneel down so that it will serve as a deterrent for people who wanted to flout the law.
How do residents feel about the footbridge? Is it helpful, and to what extent?
I think about 3-4 years ago we were complaining about the footbridge, how pedestrians were being knocked down by cars and all those things. So we told the authorities that we needed a footbridge. Lo and below, they built a footbridge. There was an issue with people not using the footbridge for some time. But as you can see right now, we have a lot of people using the footbridge. And I'm sure it's partly because of the MTTD, people who are standing there, making sure that people don't cross using the main streets. So I'm sure right now the issue is better. I think the education has gone down to people's mind, and I'm sure we are seeing some positive news out here.
Footbridge in the air, if you say, I'm a car Bonipa our and also Elboa, because first now footbridge in the Indiana. Naka etabon for a police phone in Hana on person will be a person or drug going if he's open temp. So I temp panel and a fashion is a footbridge in the offer is safe. We say, if somewhere here, we say, me cross your Canada if you are before footbridge.
Regardless, some indisciplined pedestrians still choose to defy orders and risk crossing the highway amid speeding vehicles. Some students, as seen here, sit on some concrete road barriers after successfully crossing from one side of the road, and they wait for the movement of cars to slow down to cross over to the other side. Meanwhile, hawkers run in between vehicles with their wares on their heads from one end of the road to the other. Others choose to use the road, especially at night, rather than the footbridge because of the absence of street lights.
If you are late from work to reach here, you cannot use the footbridge because on it, some guys are staying there, smoking and doing some bad things. So we are always afraid to pass there because there is no light. And if you are walking alone there, it's very dangerous and we are afraid because we don't have light in this area, especially on that footbridge.
The footbridge, in the night, there's no light there. The place is very dark. So the pedestrians always confront us that the place is very dark. And then the people, some of them have been attacked. There are people in the night, they attack them on the footbridge. So they are very peeved that why should we allow them to access the footbridge, which is dark, and always being attacked them. So these are the challenges. But about 2 months now, during the night, an old man, it's almost about some 50 to 60 years, wanted to access the footbridge. And because of the station there, he slipped and fell. He slipped and fell. And then, in fact, he had some injuries. When he was rushed to the hospital, he was pronounced dead.
Ebenezer Akers reports for GhanaWeb.